programs that are from a male-centric, male point of view that are on popular daytime TV or online.
Okay. Name one that's not from a man's point of view.
No. See.
Name one.
No. Okay.
Name one.
Young lady.
Young man. Name one. My own place.
Okay.
I'm 25 years old.
How old am I? How old am I?
I don't know.
How do you think I am?
That's not my responsibility. How old are you?
See,
when's your birthday? I don't know your biography.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm trying to be respectful to you, but here's the problem. No, the ultimate problem is every time I ask you a question, you don't answer a question. You answer it with a question. And you're not having a dialogue. You have a point of view. Have a point of view. You have an opinion, but you can't back up any of this stuff with any fact. You can't even answer a question.
A magazine. A program.
Yeah. Lady, I don't think this is going to work for you. So
I'm not being hostile.
No, I didn't say you were being hostile. I didn't say you were being hostile.
I'm just trying to make sure that we have both point of views as well. I'm trying to have a
you can put your point of view on your channel. That's fine. You can put your point of view on your channel. You can say whatever you like, but when you're not even answering a question,
okay, what's
the point? I've said I named all those programs that come
I'm just saying because I've been taking notes.
I've named all those programs that come from a male point of view, from a female point of view, right?
Okay.
Name me any programs. Name me 3 programs that are on daytime TV or that are on level of Essence, Ebony, Madame Noir, Grapevine, anything. Oprah Network. Name me any programs that dominate that are setting there from a man's point of view.
There is none.
Exactly. So don't tell me about balance and being fair.
But that's not the woman's fault. Is it? I think you would be a fine host. You would be up there with Oprah if you wanted to. I mean,
oh, don't worry, I will be.
Exactly. I'm not saying
here's the ultimate point. And here's the ultimate point. Why do you think that will be? Because we need balance. Because at 25 years old, I'm 52, and you're actually talking to me as if I'm your age. You're being rather condescending and disrespectful. And even when I try to be reasonable and ask you to have a civil discourse, I'm getting sass and attitude. Where is that appropriate? That's why I asked where's your father or your parents, because I don't think anybody would say that's appropriate.
I'm not.
Okay, but why do you think that's okay?
I don't think anything's okay. Actually,
but ma'am, you come onto my platform and you have not answered one single question I've asked you. That is utterly improper, disrespectful.
But I'm not. Because I know that you said earlier tonight, you said that don't come on and don't interrupt me.
There we go. That's your modern woman. That's your modern woman. Your modern, sadly, your modern educated sister. How many times did I bring facts, data, statistics? I can back up what I say and basically, well, you need to give this and that. And you want to argue biology. You want to argue the nature of geriatric pregnancy and how human beings have evolved. That is how far so many of these feminist, womanist mindsets. This is what so many young black women are being programmed with. And I need you to ask yourself a question. What kind of companion would she be for a strong man? She would be a pain in the French toast ass. At every turn, I tried to give her a chance to bring it back, young lady. Stop making yourself look like an ass. Let's have the conversation. Never did she even try to answer a question. Now, I need you to ask yourself a question. What is it like for a man to be dating a woman like that? Dealing with a woman like that? Outside of the bedroom or something utterly carnal, what's there to be gained? The number one thing that men worldwide want from a woman is cooperation.
Carry a child for 9 months.
If you're not gonna, sorry, my headphones fell off. If you're not gonna have children, what are you gonna do with your lives?
If I'm not gonna have children, travel, just pursue anything that makes me happy. Try to make money. I love traveling, so I would probably just
drink cocktails on a beach. Okay, next.
About the same thing, like travel, focus on my career, things like that. Like my career will become my baby.
What about you?
I honestly just want to get right into my career.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
What do you want to do in life?
Right now, so I go to the University of Miami. I'm majoring in interactive media. What I want to do with that is build virtual reality simulators for the military. Then I'm also minoring in motion pictures. I'm interested in acting and shit like that.
Miss Cuba, what about you?
Do whatever the fuck I want.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Well, I plan on becoming a doctor. So I'm just, my career.
Your career.
I'm passionate about it, so.
A life without children is vapious, and it's inane, and it's pointless. And you may sit here and think that your career matters, but the truth is that your job will fire you out of whim and not give a second, don't give a solitary shit.
So
And when you're 52 and you're past it with no grandchildren in a house by yourself, and all your friends have grandchildren in this beautiful life, and you're sitting there by yourself, you think the fact that you can afford a few extra Gucci bags is going to genuinely make you feel happy? I was at my grandmother's 93rd birthday. I looked there. My grandmother had 9 children, because there was my father and 8 more. They all had a bunch of kids, blah, blah, blah. I stood there and I looked at my 93-year-old grandmother, and there was a whole room full with maybe 70 people that came from that one woman. Isn't that remarkable? Yeah. That nobody cared about her career. Nobody asked what job she did. Nobody asked how many times she went to the club. Nobody asked if she had time to go to festivals. No. You had 70 sentient beings, including myself, full of life from one woman who dedicated herself to being a mother and a good wife. That is beautiful. And if you sit here and genuinely think that you're going to work your ass off through your fertile years, and by the age of 54, you're not going to be suicidal alone with a cat, then you're dumb. The happiest women on earth have children, and a man who's paying the bills, and their mothers. The happiest people on earth. I guarantee it. Your mothers. Ask your own mother. Do you regret having me? She's going to say, of course not. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. So now you're going to sit here and you're going to end your own bloodline? All your ancestors were out there surrounded by saber-toothed fucking tigers trying to survive on the streets out there in caveman days just to get to the final end where we have all the medical care and you can live in a nice warm house for your fucking selfish ass to say, no, I don't want kids. I'm too busy in the fucking strip club or going to fucking Mallorca to have a pina colada on the beach. It's absolutely insulting to your entire bloodline. Everyone above you has ever done and struggled for. All the times your grandparents went to work when they didn't feel like it, just for you to exist, for your selfish ass to say, no, me and my passions and my dreams and my shit drawings and my Instagram page is worth more than ever having children. You're a selfish fuck. Fuck that, you should all have kids.
Doesn't everybody end up retiring?
No, what she's saying is that women are more likely to leave the workforce to pursue family and children over pursuing a career. Men are more likely, because again, like I said before, men have a natural proclivity to create resources, whereas women don't. Right? I've always said, typically women work these higher-end jobs as a means to an end to find a man that makes more money than them, can take care of them. Most women don't want to be breadwinners in a situation where they're taking care of the family. They want to be with a man that earns a lot more money than they do, so they can stay at home and work on their terms.
Well, I would also say that women are able to do something that men can't. Create a human life.
Okay, that doesn't refute my argument that women make less because they deserve it.
And actually, that would help the argument because, once again, it's take leave.
That's why they end up leaving.
No, but I'm saying that having and raising your children, I would not say is any less valuable work than you going out and creating the resources to be able to
No one said that. What I'm saying is that women earn less.
They earn less because they deserve less?
Yes.
Well, but they just made your children. They're taking care of your kids.
But I mean, they're not really
Stop.
speaking on making kids.
You're making nonsensical comments that don't have anything to do with what we're talking about, and yeah. Okay, so you just said, oh, well, having children is important. That's not the argument. I'm not saying that having children isn't important. It's extremely important. But the argument is simply that women earn less because they deserve less because they work less hard than men in general when it comes to the workforce. I'm not saying that having a child is a useless job. I think it's a thankless job. I think more women need to go back and have children. But let's not, be delusional here and not understand why women earn less. Women earn less, right? Because they deserve less, quite frankly. Well, that's what it comes down to.
I would say that there's a distinct difference between that statement, they earn less because they deserve less, which is where I would bring up, okay, well, we have your children, we raise them. That's something that you would pay. That's probably a priceless experience to you.
Okay, you're making an emotional argument. Let's talk facts here. I'm talking about, if I'm a business owner,
in the workforce.
If I'm a business owner, right, I would prefer to hire a man who I know I'm going to be able to get 40 years out of versus a woman who's going to potentially have a child and leave the workforce. Now I'm out paying her paternity leave, etc.
So I'm going to bring that back to what you said before. Privileges that men have that women don't. So you just said you would hire a man over a woman. Is that not a privilege that a man has over a woman?
I was using a hypothetical, and paternity leave is given to both genders. Nice try.
Paternity leave is not given to both genders.
Absolutely it is. It's given to men and women.
Not inequality. How many companies are providing paternity leave to fathers?
They do.
Screaming.
They have to. Because of the labor acts. The labor laws.
Is that true?
Yes.
Comparatively to women.
It's illegal. If you don't give they absolutely give paternity leave to both genders. Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. And what was the point regarding that? So if both men and women get the same amount of paternity leave, then why would you hire a man over a woman? They
Men
don't.
have less.
It's not the same amount.
Men
It's less
have
for
less.
men.
Yeah, men have a lot less time. They only have a
And they're
couple
less
weeks
likely to actually take it.
because they will give up that.
The point I'm trying to make here, I get what you're doing. You're trying to like deflect it and make an emotional argument. Like, we're having your kids. Cool. That's fantastic. I'm not saying that's not a
That's
point.
a very utilitarian argument, not an
But
emotional
what I'm
one.
saying is that I'm sticking to the topic at hand. I'm simply saying that the wage gap exists not because of gender. It exists because of personal choice, and women tend to make really bad choices when it comes to making more money and being successful in general because women prioritize family and children over career, which is completely fine. But we can't sit here and say, oh, women earn less because they're female. No, they earn less because of their personal choices.
Well, wouldn't you say that men make the personal choice to go out and try and earn more money for their family?
Yes, but that...
So as a woman, for my family, then I would be able to feed your children, have your children,
that's fine, but then you no longer deserve to be paid as much as a man who's willing to make sacrifices you're not willing to make.
I am willing to make sacrifices. If I'm willing to sacrifice my career to have your children and raise them, that's a huge sacrifice.
Did you not just see... What?
You're willing to make sacrifices.
You know what you just said?
You're willing to make it as a man, make a sacrifice to not be around your children to provide for our family.
Oh my God! And you said he's making that sacrifice to not take the maternity leave because his wife or his partner who's having the baby who is making that choice to be at home to raise a kid and family, he cannot be at home to raise a kid and family. He gotta go motherfucking work and pay the goddamn bills.
You guys are giving it from the wrong perspective. If I'm a cold-hearted business person, I'm not going to hire you. I would rather hire him. He's a workhorse. Period. You're not a workhorse. Right. You're going to have a baby. You're going to leave me. He'll stay with me for life. He'll work those 69
Again, I bring that back to privileges men have over women.
But you also have privileges with the 69.
Because who's going to say that I have a kid? I don't have to have a kid.
I have a kid. It's a privilege that you assume.
Okay.
While you're having a kid and taking the maternity leave, your man is going to work to pay the fucking bills so you could be at home
And he doesn't have that choice
your
like a woman
motherfucking
does.
newborn. Do you understand what you're saying?
So let's operate on logic here, right?
Yep.
If I'm a business owner,
I got it, fresh.
Just take your heart out.
It's very simple. No one puts a gun to your head and tells you to have a child. If you choose to have a child, that's fine. But with that is going to come potential consequences.
And nobody puts a gun to your head and tells you to provide for your family either.
No, but that's the right thing to do as a human. You know, as common sense human, like what? That's
Yo,
right.
yo, I'm really...
What?
You former cops agree, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Do you not see the flaw in your logic right now?
No, I wish. Tell me. Explain it to me.
If a man is willing to work more hours to provide for his family, he deserves to be paid more than a woman that's going to sacrifice working to have a child and stay at home.
You are speaking about a specific situation, right? A woman who stays home to have children, and a man
in general.
But that's
specific.
Hold on, does the rest of you guys understand? Understand this? You guys understand that if a man is more willing to work more hours to provide for a family, that by default means he's willing to work harder than a woman, so he deserves to be paid more.
This is the problem. No, this is the problem. When you have all the women understanding, and two women trying to explain it to you, and you still can't fathom it, that's
I do fathom it. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm saying that he's talking about a specific situation.
This is reality. I feel like you should stay in reality. I feel like you should stay here in
Just shut up.
You know what I'm saying?
Just shut up, please. If you're not gonna make a actually thought-provoking comment or whatever, just don't speak. Okay, you're dumbing down the quality of the conversation for no reason. You're trying to demean her. Stop that shit. Stop that fucking shit.
Okay, sorry, damn. Shit.
So
I'm not gonna joke because you've been doing that the whole time. Stop. Stop. If you're gonna make a comment, make it intelligent. No, it's fine. Keep the mic next to you, but just be quiet and don't speak unless you're gonna say something that's actually thought-provoking or whatever. Don't hurt the quality of the show with ad-libs and stupid shit and try to make her look dumb.
I'm not trying to.
You are trying to.
Okay.
Show respect for other people on the panel.
Okay, well, no, I said, where can a black man have an honest criticism of black women?
No,
Why?
because that's just not the way the communication is set up.
Excuse me. So can black women have an honest communication,
No, there's
honest
no honesty. No.
No, well, that's not what I mean. Meaning, if black men have is there any black men's critique of a black woman valid?
Yes.
Okay, then where can a black man go online and have a valid critique of a black woman and not get slammed?
I don't know any other place other than here with you.
I see you be honest, and I don't see you allow you see you.
But I get slammed for saying it.
You
You found out about me off of an album that slammed my comment section. So what you're basically saying is, men can't have a critique of women and not pay a price for it. But do women have critiques of men every day and get praise for it?
I don't know who praises them.
Let's listen to Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion. Listen, any of these city girls, they talk about these men's little dick energy and all this other kind of, and they get praised for it. Are y'all serious? Have you ever seen let me see. Have you ever seen a man approach a woman in a nightclub and get shot down and women laugh at him?
No, I've never seen it. But
Yeah. Have you ever seen a man do the walk of shame away from a woman he approached and she turned him down?
no, I mean, well, yeah, maybe I have. Yeah,
You ever see that happen with a woman?
no, but I don't think women.
So it doesn't matter. That's not the point. So the point is, women treat men like shit, and it's not called out. Nuclear rejection is a woman rejecting a man in a public manner.
Well, where's the balance in this?
Me,
Because you're speaking for the men. So
me, and we need 10,000 more me's. So we'll start having
to the women. So you're just gonna bash all the women and just
see. Thank you. I want you to understand. You asked, where's the balance?
Mm-hmm.
I said me. I said we need 10,000 more me. And the first thing, so you said you're going to bash. Why? So is what women do to men bashing?
Yes, it's bashing.
When do women get called misandrous? When do women get canceled? When do women get called out for these things?
Now, how you can't cancel a woman?
When do women get canceled, called out for being misandrous? You got black women on YouTube talking about abort black male babies and they can still make videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm like, this is why so many men are just looking at women today and they're not even paying attention to y'all because y'all not being honest.
Mm-hmm.
Women can say whatever they want to about men, and men are just supposed to take it, but men just say the honest opinion. So let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say somebody like Lizzo.
Mm-hmm.
She posts a video of herself twerking in a see-through gown.
Mm-hmm.
If men find it unappealing, should men be able to say something about it?
Yes, everybody's entitled.
Okay, but what happens when men do say something about it? In the comment section. What happened to that man?
They just go back and forth in the comments. They say the man said something, somebody responds, just a back and forth.
So, a back and forth, meaning a man says something. Why is there a back and forth? Because if a woman says, "Go girl, you look good, queen,"
Mm-hmm.
there's not a back and forth. There's just a bunch of likes and reshares. But if a man says, you can stand to lose a little weight, that doesn't look good on you, whatever, no matter how he says it, then here comes the attack.
Yeah, the internet is the place where people don't have anything to do, so that goes on there.
But the internet reflects the real world. This happens in clubs.
You think so? You think the internet reflects the real world?
People. Yeah, I worked in clubs.
I don't. I think it's fake, and I think everybody's there with nothing to do and voicing opinions.
Well, people today are fake.
They are.
So how is it? You fake in the real world? You fake online?
Mm-hmm.
How many women today are real?
It's not a lot.
So they're fake in the real world. They're fake online. So why is it not like it's online? It's just people are saying what they really think. But I'm curious. I'm always curious as to that women honestly think that women are just such victims. You're the most free, entitled, privileged group of women who have ever lived. When was the last time you had to worry about somebody knocking on your door trying to steal something from you? Exactly.
Mm-mm.
You know who made this world as safe?
Men. I'm not like these women. I'm valid.
Well, all I'm saying is you say we need balance. Okay, but why is it men's got to say what they got to say? It's called bashing.
Well, what do you want to call it?
What do you call it when women say what they got to say about men?
It's bashing. It's bashing both ways. Bashing goes both ways.
Okay, but what's the difference between bashing and a valid criticism?
I guess it's in the delivery, perhaps.
Yeah, I don't buy that. I don't think it's in the delivery. I just think so. How do you in a neutral way tell somebody you shouldn't be wearing a see-through gown and twerking at night? I mean,
well,
come on, man. There's no way to do this, right?
There has not been, in the history of humanity, across any culture, any book, any story, any fable, there has never been, across the history of humanity, any respect put on the name of a promiscuous female, ever. Ever. You name the biggest conquerors that you can possibly name from history. Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great, all of them. They all had 100 wives, bunch of children, big G, conquered the world. Normal. That is normal evolutionary biology. That's how men are designed to be. There's never been a single female who's been celebrated for her promiscuity ever in history. It's always been frowned upon and disgusting. So yes, we are completely and utterly different. Yes, it's different if a woman cheats on a man. And if a man is at a complete top level of his life and ticks every single box, and if he decides to be loyal, which some do, and I can be loyal, and I have been loyal, but there's also times in my life where I think, fuck it, I don't want to be, and get a new girlfriend every single day of the week. I can do that, and I can decide to do that. If a woman decides to do the same, purely because her value is high enough to attract so many males, because she's beautiful, for example, it is completely different. And I'm going to explain to you why it's completely different, so buckle up. It's different. It's different. It's different. Well, I'll tell you why. It is impossible for a female to be promiscuous on a long enough period of time without devaluing herself, because she is fucking people she shouldn't be fucking. There's no way she is sleeping with endless men, and all of them are either high-value men or treating her the way she should be treated. If you find a woman who slept with 50, 100 dudes, she's either fucking dudes which aren't at her level or haven't worked hard enough to try and get the pussy. She's just too drunk to realize he's a loser who plays video games, or she's fucking a top G who barely texts her back. So either way, she's fucking dudes she shouldn't be fucking, or a guy who's at the level who doesn't give her the right amount of attention. For a woman to find a guy who's truly on a level, who truly treats her the way she should be treated, that's once every couple years, if that. You ain't just gonna go out there fucking a new dude every week and say, yeah, he's worth pussy, yeah, he treats me good enough to get my pussy, da-da-da. And you know what's funny about the universe? It's actually beautiful about the universe, because it's equal and opposite forces. When you devalue yourself, it's kind of like men can smell it on you. They can just look at a bitch and go, oh. And that's the way it works. So you'd be very careful as a female and sit and go, does this man truly deserve to fuck me? And if you think about it, the answer 99% of the time, especially if you're promiscuous, is no. So when a woman is sleeping around with all these men, she's devaluing herself. She's devaluing herself, and the world knows, God knows, the universe knows. When a man does it, he doesn't devalue himself at all. That's just the way it works.
Can I ask you a question? Wait, Esther, 1 second. So, may I ask you a question? What would you say if a woman now is married to 2 men?
Haram.
Why?
No, I'll tell you why. Let's talk about this. What is the difference between a man, let's say me, I have 4 wives, right? What's the difference between a man having 4 wives and a woman having 4 men?
You can impregnate the 4 wives at the same time.
You can impregnate the 4 wives at the same time, and we know who the parents are, right? So let's say you had 4 pregnancies, you know who the mother is, she's carrying the baby, and you know who the dad is, top G. If you had a woman with 4 men and she gets pregnant, who's the parents?
What about if...
But no, I'm asking.
Okay,
you know?
I ask, what if they're different races? One white, one black.
You don't know.
the question.
You don't know. Now, modern science can come along and maybe fix that for you, but that doesn't mean it's not wrong in the eyes of God. The idea of having a family, the idea of a child being born, one of the baselines for a new life to come onto this planet is for at least to understand who the 2 people who made it are, at least. If you have a woman fucking 4 dudes, you don't even know who got her pregnant.
So may I just say...
Disgusting.
Wait,
Have you seen the twins that had 2 different dads?
Oh, yeah, I saw that. May I just say something then? So if that is the case, yeah, if the one thing that you're meant to have is, at least you know who the 2 people that put that child on earth are, then that's why promiscuity for men is also a problem, because they get women pregnant, sometimes they don't even know they have children. That's haram, no?
No, it's completely different. It's different because you have to understand, I'm talking about humans. You look at humans from a societal perspective, but society has changed, right? So let's say 200-300 years ago, if a woman got pregnant, she needed a man to survive. If that man didn't take care of her during pregnancy, she was going to die. She couldn't work a job, she couldn't hunt, couldn't fish, whatever, right? A woman literally needed that man for survival. So if you were to come to me and say, I'm pregnant, but you've been fucked by 4 different dudes, I'd be like, who says it's mine? Why am I looking after you? None of them want to look after her. She will literally perish. This is why in most of the world today, still today, virginity is so coveted, and throughout all of history it's been so coveted, because that's the only way to ensure paternity. She's a virgin, I know that's my baby. She ain't a virgin, question, prove it's mine. Outside of this modern science bullshit, Shaitan, the devil we have here in the West, in most of the world today, without virginity or at least a low body count or at least anti-promiscuity, you can't tell that that's your baby. So it's a completely different thing. You're looking at the idea of a woman being pregnant and coming to a group of men and saying, one of you has to take care of me and put up with me when I'm fat and moody and annoying and I need my bills paid. And all the men are going to sit there and go, no, fuck no, prove it's mine. You can't prove it, bounce. Whereas different. If I get 4 women pregnant, we know the deal.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So obviously back then for survival, women needed a man. Otherwise, when they were pregnant, could die and all of these things, they would perish. In today's society, given evolution, given the fact that as women we can go and get...
Men.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that. Isn't there a glitch between what is actually happening and the nature of what we have in our bodies? I think that's probably the conflict that we're having right now.
Glitch in what way?
In the sense that women don't feel like they need men in the most physical sense, perhaps
right.
Naturally.
It's very interesting. Women don't feel like they need men in a physical sense because life is soft, but it's bullshit. And it's bullshit because you still need men by proxy, 1, and 2, the second life gets difficult, you very quickly learn how much you need men. But women will go, I'm independent, I don't need no man because I have an OnlyFans and men pay my OnlyFans, and if anyone comes up to me, I'll call a male police officer. I don't need men. Shut up, you fucking idiot. Of course you do. You just named your whole life is based on fucking men. The road you're driving on was paved by a man. The house you're living in was built by a man. The car you're driving was designed by a man. Your whole life depends on men. And the second anything bad were to happen to you, the second you were physically threatened, or times were to get hard, or war were to start, or famine, or riots, the first thing you do is find a big strong man, shit yourself, and throw the feminism out the window. Feminism goes out the fucking window the second that the snow needs shoveling, or there's a fucking broken down car, or the tire needs changing. Then all that crap vanishes. It's garbage. And this is the very interesting thing. I'll make a point here, which is going to get me canceled again, but I don't give a fuck. But this is the point. Feminism in and of itself can't be defended. Any idea, the point of an idea is that it can be defended by the people who believe in it. This is what the whole point of war since the dawn of time. It doesn't matter if it was the Christians against the Hindus, it doesn't matter if it was the Germans against the French. There were people who had ideas and ideologies and they were prepared to fight each other to defend their ideology. Feminism is an ideology which cannot be defended by feminists. The only people who can defend feminism are the men who subscribe to the garbage. If all the feminists were to get in a line and say, we want feminism, and the conservative men were to get in a line, you would learn very quickly it's bullshit. I had a friend in Afghanistan when Taliban kicked America out. And he told me the Americans were telling the girls they could go to school. So they built all these girls' schools, and they put the Afghanistani defense forces there, and they funded the Afghanistan defense forces to protect these schools. You had American satellites, you had night vision goggles, Taliban were afraid to attack. America leaves, now you have Afghani defense forces, they're basically blind. They don't have satellites anymore, don't have night vision, whatever. So now it's a real war. The men are standing next to this girls' school, the Taliban are coming. You're some dude, you're standing there, and you're looking at this girls' school going, I don't really give a fuck if girls go to school. Bounce. And you didn't fight. So that's why they all gave up and Taliban took over so quickly. And when I said this, the girls like, yeah, they should have fought for us, feminism. Why don't the women fight?
Can I ask
the women can't defend their own fucking idea. You need men to defend feminism. So that's why the whole thing is stupid. So the second men don't defend it, it just fails as a fucking ideology. It's garbage.